And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Hello, everybody. Agree to disagree. Back on the airways, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. I am your host, one of your hosts, Trey Green, back in action, joined by my co-host, my father, the one and only. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
The brains. I'm just going to start calling myself the brain. Refer to me as the brain. I like being called the brain.
Okay. Well, brains.
As you wish.
I'm not referring to you as no brains. Goodness gracious. Welcome to the podcast, episode number 2. Thank you for joining us today. We are here following the daggone Super Bowl, or what was left of the Super Bowl. Goodness gracious. We've got a nice packed show for you guys today, talking about A, of course, the Super Bowl. B, where everybody in the Super Bowl, like where are we going from here? Like, where does everybody go from here as far as the Chiefs, the Eagles, so forth and so on? And then we'll follow it up with these NBA trades that have been going down and basically talking about who's making noise, where do we feel, or who do we feel is going to make the biggest impact. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Loser.
Oh, yeah. I took
So,
a hell on that one.
Yeah,
I play with my heart, not with my head. Yeah, on that one.
Yes. We'll just jump straight into it, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Starting off with the Super Bowl. All right. Oh shit. That had a record viewers of 100. What was it? 130,
120 million.
120 million. Yeah. 100. No, it was uppers. It was like it maxed out at 137.
137 million.
Yeah. 137.5 million people showed up to watch the Chiefs get manhandled. Ladies and gentlemen,
24 nothing at the half.
Let me tell you, I felt so bad for the casual viewers, right?
What?
Just as far as like people who watch the Super Bowl as a sporting event, their one sporting event of the year that they watch because it's so damn big. That was a blowout at halftime.
It gave you a false impression of football.
Man, of football, exactly. Everybody, I'm sitting here watching it with people downstairs. Everybody's like, "This is boring." I'm like, "I swear it's not supposed to be like this. I swear that's not what it's supposed to be."
Yes, if you're a first-time football player, you wondered why the Chiefs were there. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, overhyped.
Where do we start, Dad? Where do we start? I gotta reiterate.
First of all, shout out to the Eagles. Their defense was amazing.
My pick.
Sacks, rushing, interceptions, pick sixes. They had it all. They checked every box on defense. Every box.
They gave Pat hell.
6 sacks. He had no time to throw. His receivers were clueless. D-Hop wide open, dropped the pass.
D-Hop dropped the pass.
Yeah. The only person in that whole Chiefs offense that did anything was Xavier Worthy, who had 8 catches for $137. They had no running game. They had Travis Kelce.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. And, it's funny because if you even look at the Eagles stats, Saquon was good in the passing game, but his rushing stats sucked.
No, he only had like 40 yards. But we was talking about that. We was talking about that last week. We said that if you're anything, you're going to stop Travis. You're going to stop Saquon.
Yeah, and they did. But Jalen Hurts played a manageable game. His stats wasn't outstanding. I mean, he threw for 2 touchdowns, 200, and I think 227.
And ran for 1.
And threw an interception. But honestly,
bad pick too. That was an ugly pick.
Honestly, if I had to give somebody the MVP, I'd give it to Cooper, the kid that ran the touchdown in the pick 6.
I wish I could give it to a group of people. I'm giving it to the
defense.
Give it to the whole defensive line. Them 4. They didn't blitz the whole game.
No, I know.
Just give it to the 4 defensive linemen.
Jalen Carter and all those cats. Yeah,
Jalen Carter. I think Josh Sweat.
They were amazing.
All them boys. Yeah, give them the 4, man. They tore that man to pieces. That D line dominated.
He was running the whole time.
You know what it looked like? It reminded me a lot. It's funny. I was watching the halftime, and you saw Rob Gronkowski up there.
Yeah.
You know what that looked like? That looked like that Tampa Super Bowl.
Oh, you mean when the
Tampa demolished Kansas City because, granted, Kansas City O-line was in shuffle back then, but that was the blueprint then too. Heat up Patrick Mahomes, make him run, make him
Beat him up,
frustrated,
yeah.
and here
Beat him
beat him
up, yeah.
up. And here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
And
exact thing
they
happened.
had a good formula to play. Gambled on fourth down. They was pretty successful on fourth down. Um, I don't know. Now, I was there in New Orleans at the time and watching it on TV, and I was in disbelief, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
I just kept saying, okay, they're gonna make a move.
Here it comes. Right.
Here it comes. Right. Here
Okay.
it comes.
This
Here
is
it
the
comes.
time. Here we go.
Right.
This is the time.
And it never came. And by halftime, I was like, yeah. And they
Once
would have
what
scored
was
before
it?
halftime, maybe, but they couldn't do anything.
It was 24-zip at halftime. Once I think what's his name? Receiver for Devontae Smith. Once Devontae Smith caught that bomb in the third,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, all right,
It was
this
over
is
with.
this is
Yeah.
probably over with, man.
Yeah.
Like
Let's start the
I thought
Frito-Lay
after
commercial.
halftime, maybe
Yeah.
we'll get something going, different move. Philly them cooled off a little bit. I don't know. Now we can get it. Nope.
They look like they look like a bully who
Yep.
took somebody's lunch money and
Yep.
Kansas City's lunch money.
Yes, they did.
I was hoping they put on more commercials after that. It was just
Just run Kendrick's halftime show.
Where's the Clydesdale? Let's put on some Frito-Lay's commercials. Sure.
Speaking of the halftime show, how'd you feel about it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought Kendrick showed his ass, honestly.
Again, to the casual viewers, Kendrick's not a performer, right? Now he's good with his set pieces and stuff like that, but he's not like, he's not dancing and up and shit up there. Right. That's not his thing. But he's really good with set pieces and telling messages with his music. So if you were watching the show and watching it for what it was supposed to be, it was pretty entertaining.
That was pretty good.
I ain't even a Kendrick stan, and I knew most of them songs.
I didn't see where Samuel L. stuck his head in there, but hey, he was there.
Because it was a message, Uncle Sam. He's supposed to be an Uncle Sam. Remember Django?
Uncle Tom.
No, yes, Uncle
Right.
Tom. Yes, that's what he's supposed to be. Yes,
Okay.
and Uncle Tom.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought it was good. I liked it. It was really entertaining. Hell, it was better than the game.
Most, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Most entertaining part being Kendrick going out of his way to not look at the camera until he said, "Say Drake." Look dead right here, the way I'm looking at you, and didn't break eye contact. He wanted you to know.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was a good show. But I wish it was a different outcome. Where do the Chiefs go from here? They got a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They have a lot of decisions to make.
They do. We'll definitely tap in on that on the next topic because
Yeah.
they got some decisions to make. You have decisions to make whether you won 3 in a row or not, but
True.
I think this definitely opens a little bit of a couple of eyes. To the Chiefs, they'll be back. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
I'm saying you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Andy Reid. That's all you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was one of those things. But this season was questionable anyway. And it just seems like the last game just put a period on like what people was already saying. That they weren't that good in the first place. They don't know how they got there. It just showed maybe they were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see how that. No, you know what? To be fair, I'm not debunked because everybody gonna have their opinion, but I'm gonna debunk that argument. The Chiefs got there because they're better coached and more disciplined than most everybody else. So when you have that talent deficit, all right, you make up for it by discipline, aka remember how the Patriots were doing it for so long? That's because when you don't make mistakes,
but they did.
That's when they lost.
And that's when they lost.
That's when they lost. When they started making mistakes.
I got you.
All right.
Well, they made a lot of them.
Yeah, man. They had 2 picks. That pick 6. I look back like, God damn.
The first one was bad. I'm like, dude, you see that one was bad.
No, he threw it right to him.
Right to him.
He threw it right to him. Granted, nice play because he kind of baited him into it. He was fading towards the sideline until he broke. And then he was just like, nah, give me that shit. So, I mean, good play on him. And Pat was under pressure the whole game. So I can see why he was pressing a little bit. But still, you ain't see him, dude. You look like me on college football. That's a play I make on college football.
Yeah.
And be mad as fuck because my receiver ain't break to the ball. moving on to you asked where did the Chiefs go on from here? Where do you think the Chiefs go on from here? Just some little notes for you. They got 11 million in cap space going into the offseason.
Okay.
All right. And notable free agents, quote unquote, would be Nick Bolton, their linebacker, one of the better linebackers in the league. And then a bunch of names: Hollywood Brown, Samaje Perine, Kareem Hunt, D Hop. Replaceable names.
All replaceable names.
All replaceable names. So I think the biggest question I'm asking you is, because you know what I'm about to ask.
Go ahead.
Come on. Where's Travis? What do we do with Travis Kelce?
Cut.
I said, do we cut him? Do we really talk him into a retirement?
Hey, if you cut him, you save $17 million. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
do. Now, here's the thing, though. Now, if you cut him, do you change your offense? Do you say, okay, we're getting away from a tight end situation. We can get anybody to be a tight end. Do you go after Deebo Samuels, who's on the market, to pair up with Rashid Rice and Xavier Worthy?
You could.
Do you say, okay, let's look in the running back world, because clearly that worked for Philly. But who's out there? Who's out there? I mean, there's no real running backs out there. Kareem Hunt is Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt is Kareem
But then you got Pachenko.
I think you stick with Pachenko. He'll be fine next year.
Yeah, at that position. Right. You can find a running back. That's not a big deal. Or, I mean, if that kid from Arizona State is floating around when you pick, take him. Shit.
I do like that kid from Arizona State.
Yeah, him on a Chiefs? Oh my God.
I do like that kid. We've been talking about him. Hell, we've been talking about him since that game, since that bowl game. Because we like him on the Cowboys.
Yeah, if everybody overlooks him and he jumps on the Chiefs with Andy Reid in that offense. Yeah.
Valid. Valid, because he can definitely do it all. You put him back
do it all.
He can do the catch.
But with 17
they could look at if they get rid of Travis Kelce.
Who?
T. Higgins.
He's a wide receiver though. Debo's cheaper. You
gotta trade for Debo though.
The 4th round pick.
Use your fourth round pick for somebody else.
But you still have to pay T. Higgins.
You're gonna have to pay Debo too. That's why he wants out.
He's already under contract though.
Yeah, but that's why he wants out of
I think it's a mutual thing.
San Francisco.
I think both of them want. I mean, he doesn't fit anymore.
No, I don't think so either. But because they got IU. But still, even still, like you still gonna have to trade for him and pay him. He's gonna want money. He don't want money left.
Cooper Kupp is out there. If you need another receiver, there's plenty of receivers out there.
I like the team.
You looking at Cooper Kupp as but on Kansas City with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, he goes from to.
Well, you say Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes like he wasn't on with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford.
Granted, but then what's his name? What's the new receiver they got? Cooper took over him.
For sure. So what's Xavier Worthy and Rashid Rice gonna do? I think if you going after a receiver, go after a receiver. No more compliment receivers.
All right.
More because
you have a speed.
The compliment receiver. You got the speed, but he's a compliment receiver because
that's
all he is speed. Rashid Rice.
Okay.
That's what he's for. He's your possession guy. Now you just go get a dog. I don't know if T. Higgins is that guy, but he's the best available option.
He's gonna cost him too much. He wants $30 million.
He's not getting $30 million.
Like somebody's gonna give him $30 million.
His chance to get $30 million was last year. He's not getting $30 million.
I think he will.
Who's the last receiver to get? Hold on. Who's the last receiver to get paid?
Our boy.
Look this up.
Was
it CD?
Yeah, he got close to $40 million.
He didn't get more than.
He didn't get more than
Justin.
No, he got just under.
He's not.
He's number 2.
You think he's number 2? No, he's number 3 behind Tyreek 2.
Tyreek Hill. I thought he was.
Let me see. Let me double check this. NFL wide receiver.
He got just as much in a signing bonus. I think he was right under Justin Jefferson. That's what he's holding out for. He getting like $40 million a year, right?
Justin. Okay, here we go. Justin is getting 35 a year, 88 fully guaranteed. CD is next at 34 a year, 67 guaranteed. AJ is next at 32. Then Amon-Ra St. Brown at 30. Then Tyreek at 30. Brandon at 30. And then we keep going from
so T. Higgins slots right in above Brandon Ayuk, in my opinion, as a free agent.
right?
which is around 30 million.
Which is around 30 million. Okay, so you talking about trade for Debo. Debo is set to make 23 next year, and
Cheaper.
he wants a raise.
I mean, if you could
And
talk,
you have to trade for him.
still a 4th-round pick. We gave up a 4th-round pick for Wingo.
True, but
It
we
was
don't have to
where
pay
Wingo is.
him. I think Jerry just likes saying his name.
Let's get a Wingo. Let's get a Wingo.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I would like to see what they do from there.
And
I
work
guess
on
the
their
biggest
defense. I think they need a pass rusher,
they need
another
a
pass
receiver.
rusher. Chris Jones is getting kind of long in the tooth. Some linebackers, they'll be all right. I think Kansas City. You know why I think Kansas City will be all right? Because people want to play with Patrick Mahomes.
True. And Andy Reid.
Right. And Andy Reid. So I think they'll be all right.
Especially on offense.
Right. Right. So I think they'll be fine. Yeah.
I agree. I think, of course, like I said, their biggest decision is what do we do with Travis Kelce? Yeah, I would have to say bite the bullet, cut him. I tried to talk him into retiring. He had a good playoff run until the Super Bowl
playoff game.
They only played 3. His first one was killer, man. That boy was bad.
Yeah, he was. That's what everybody thought. But he's not.
But I try to talk him into retiring if I can.
On pay cut, a huge pay cut. I mean,
yeah, I say, but if not, we'll see if we go pay cut if he really wants to play. Because you can't, maybe he's declining, but you can't replace that rapport with Patrick Mahomes.
No, you can't.
It still works. The only reason I think it's not working as much now is because this is where a guy like Tyreek Hill would have helped.
Okay.
Because he's attracted so much attention over the top. You know what I mean?
Because
there you go. You can't double Travis like you was doubling him before. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't bracket him. Now you have to pay attention. I think that's where Tyreek Hill is being missed right now.
I think it'll be interesting, honestly.
Where do you think the Eagles go from here?
Good question. What's up, dog?
Boss.
You said they got less than 20 million in cap space?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
less than 20 million. But they don't have to change anybody.
Yeah, but still, Philadelphia with I don't know how they work their cap, man. They are amazing.
Tell me about it, man.
Saquon Barkley. I mean, like for real.
They signed him to a solid contract too. They didn't give him no pennies.
No. What do you got? Like 16 a year, right?
16 a year, right? Yeah. And here's the kicker. Okay. The only move they would quote unquote have to make to save some money is either restructuring or cutting Bradbury or restructuring and cutting Slay. One of the two. Otherwise, they straight. I'll tell you what helped this year, though. Their drafting is what helped this year. Who are their five biggest contributors this year? Newbies.
Rookies.
Saquon, the 2 rookies.
Yeah.
That dude, Zach Bond, the dude from the practice squad who they got, and Vic Fangio.
And Nick Fangio, yeah. So are we
contributors?
Are we talking dynasty for the Eagles?
As much as I want to say yes, I'm going to compare it to my lovely Celtics. Remember when you asked me, do I feel like the Celtics are going to repeat? And I said yes, unless attrition. Same thing.
Same thing, right?
Same thing applies. The only reason I say that is because who do we say the team revolves around?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. Yeah. Saquon Barkley. And we know, although he kicked ass this year, we know running backs tend not to age very well.
Yeah, they just lost their offensive coordinator too.
Exactly. So what? He's got 3 years max.
Yeah.
Three good years left in him for sure.
Yeah, not to mention who's lurking in the background as a team dethroned them.
Exactly. Washington ain't going.
Lions, man. The Lions.
Washington ain't going nowhere.
The Lions, man. I think Washington gonna take a step back next year. I just do.
I think so too. I think they'll be like Houston.
Yeah, they snuck up on people.
Right.
People laughed. Okay, we playing the Commanders, and they giggled. They're not giggling anymore.
We ain't giggling no more.
Yeah, the giggle factor's over with. Yeah. Yeah,
I
so
like Washington. I think
I do too.
they're in their division too, so you got to keep that in mind. I think they trade once a year, or
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Nobody repeats, right? Nobody
Right.
repeats. Right.
Nobody repeats. So I think that
Uh,
that's the tough thing as far as the dynasty, Saquon, the division with
they got a good
Washington.
offensive line,
Yes, they do have a good offensive
a
line.
young defensive line. Their secondary is pretty good.
I think they got a good chance of repeating though, for real, for real. They don't have to. They don't have to lose anybody. They could legit run it back.
Yeah, they
They
can
only
run it
have
back.
to worry about Josh Sweat. They got to go get Josh Sweat back if they can, but they got 20 million in cap space.
I'd like to see it. I personally don't think they will. Um, I just think the NFC is a little bit more tougher than the AFC. You got the Vikings, who
The
may or
who
may not.
is what?
You got Green Bay, the Lions, and shout out to my Cowboys. They will be back next year.
First okay, here I go. Y'all wanted to see some disagreeing. Here's some disagreeing. The NFC is not harder than the AFC.
It's not. It's
Not
not.
at all.
It's not.
That's what
However, you talking in the AFC, all you're really talking about is Baltimore, Kansas City, and Buffalo.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's the AFC Cowboys. All hype, no hump. That's it.
Not true.
Why
Not
the
true.
last 2 years they've always started off slow?
Started off slow, and they still been
And
further than us in those 2
yeah, I
years.
mean, we was injured this year. We lost our
Injured this year. They was injured. They had no
uh,
damn defense.
I still think that
I am a Cowboy fan for the record,
I don't
guys.
think Philly's gonna repeat. I just don't. It's really hard to repeat in a Super Bowl. You have to be mentally prepared. And I just feel like the reason why the Chiefs keep going there so many times is because their mentality is totally different than everybody else's when it comes
Coaching. Nah,
in
100%. It's
coaching,
coaching.
right?
For
Coaching, right?
sure.
They're not satisfied with
Mm-mm.
their victories. They don't stand on their laurels. They want to continue to
Mm-mm.
go on. The
It's
question is,
all the head of the snake.
right? The question is Philly going to stand? Now, mind you, they've been to 2 of the last 3. That's
I
not.
believe in Jalen. I don't believe in Nick Sirianni, though.
He's going to get a nice contract, though.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But to stick on your point, I agree with you. That's why we see Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid doing what they do. That's why we saw Tom Brady
Right.
and Bill Belichick do what they do. I believe in Jalen Hurts as far as mentality. Do I think he's satisfied? No.
Right.
I don't know about Nick Sirianni, though.
All right. We'll see. We'll
I don't know
see.
about Nick Sirianni for
First
sure.
things first. See who Kellen Moore purges from their coaching staff to
Right.
go on his coaching staff, and then after that, we'll see what happens. But I don't see them repeating that. No, I mean they had a dominating year. I'm not even gonna lie, man. This year was incredible for them, but I don't see them
That D
repeating.
line was insane.
It was. Didn't Detroit beat them though? They beat Detroit.
Did Detroit beat them during the season?
Yeah, I think Detroit beat them.
Let's do a quick dive. Hold on. I'll find out for you. This is why I keep my iPad next to me for this exact reason. Right. Oh man, Kellen Moore going to the Saints. I wonder how that's going to be.
I'm surprised the Cowboys didn't take him. I'm really surprised about that. They had a Zoom meeting with him and everything. And they
I am so.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Cowboys. All right. Okay. Did the Eagles beat the? Who was it? You said the Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
There we go. All the way back to. Did they play them?
Yeah, they played them because we played them.
We did play them, but was that a grudge match from last year?
Well, they played in Arlington. They beat the crap out of us. It wasn't even
I
close.
don't see them on here. I don't even see any other NFC East teams except for the Commanders, but that was a playoff game.
They had to play the NFC. Well, I'm assuming they played the NFC East. Like I said, they played us.
Yeah, they did play us, but you don't think that was a grudge match from last year? You know they do that sometimes.
Nah.
Or from 2 years ago. Remember the what was it? Overtime? Was it overtime? Yeah, overtime fiasco.
Oh, you said
The
because
Dan Skipper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Dan Skipper. You don't think that was a little grudge match from last year? Because they do that sometimes. Because I don't see any other NFC East teams on here.
On their schedule?
on their schedule, yeah, except for the Commanders, and that was a playoff game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought they played.
They did smack us though. They was mad as hell at us. That's for sure.
Yeah, they played the Eagles on a road game.
Where you see that?
Unless that's the 2025 schedule. I think that's the 2025 schedule.
They got next year's schedule out already?
Well, they have the opponents. They don't have the schedule. They have the opponents.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they play the Eagles next year. They play us again next year. But we play at Detroit next year.
So we play in Detroit. We played in Detroit this year, didn't we?
No, they played at Arlington this year. I
Oh,
know.
damn, they smacked us in Arlington.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. People was leaving at halftime.
Yeah, it was an asshole, man. I remember that shit. That was bad.
The empty by the third quarter.
They was playing around, man. They ran that dance skipper play again.
Yeah. All you heard was crickets. Barbecues was out. It's terrible.
Oh my gosh. I am not looking forward to the Cowboy conversations we have this offseason. But I mean, all in all, again, I think the Eagles, just to wrap that up, do I think they repeat to give you an answer? No, I don't. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. No, I don't. I don't think they do. I think they make it to the NFC Championship again. I'm gonna make an early prediction, but they lose to
They're gonna lose to
Detroit.
Yeah, they're gonna lose to Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson like next year.
I don't know though, but Detroit lost both of their coordinators. That's big, man.
They'll be all right.
That's big, especially when
it's funny they haven't hired one.
They haven't hired one yet. When your coordinators are your play callers, it's like what we were saying about the Cowboys. What does Mike McCarthy do?
See, I still like Detroit. I like.
But I like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is. I'll run through a wall for that for sure. For sure, man. That man gets me hyped just to play like football. But I play for him.
So new topic number 3: new places, same faces. We're gonna switch over to
faces, baby.
now.
Here we are. Yes, here we are. We're gonna do a nice little switch up to basketball to our topic 3. Oh, excuse me. As we know, yes, we have. Look, we can save him for last. As we know, there's been a couple of big names that have moved around in the NBA, and we're just gonna run through to give an idea.
Which one was the boringest trade? I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
The biggest? Yeah, most boring. I want him to go to Atlanta.
I don't know how the hell he wound up in Toronto.
Because Atlanta didn't want to give up. There's somebody in Atlanta didn't want to give up.
It could have been Hunter.
No, it wasn't Hunter because they already gave him up to.
Right.
Anyways,
traded him up. So I don't know.
That was the most boring one, and then they extended him 3 years.
Anticlimactic. But him and Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quigley, and RJ Barrett, nice little group. It's a nice
second round max. If that, because if I'm not mistaken, that group minus Brandon Ingram is
trash.
What's their record?
Trash, way under 500.
And Brandon Ingram's gonna change that?
Hey, the silent killer.
Anyway, most exciting that wasn't named Luka.
DeAndre Fox going to the Spurs.
De'Aaron?
Yeah, DeAndre. Yeah, going to the Spurs, matching up with Wemby. I like that.
I do like that.
Yeah, you know why? They didn't give up anything.
No, they didn't.
They didn't give up any of the young studs.
They didn't give up anything. They pretty much kept the team and added
a shooter.
And added De'Aaron Fox. I do like that one. My favorite is the one I've been telling you about since the offseason.
Who?
Jimmy to the Warriors.
I hate to say you're right.
I've been saying it since the offseason.
I watched those 2 games. He does.
Come on. I told you.
You know what he does that I have to give him credit for?
Slows it down.
Yeah. Not just that.
What are you about to say?
He gives them toughness. Everybody's gonna say it's Draymond. Draymond's voice is played.
It's different. Right. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's something you've heard before. Jimmy is hustle and and he frees up Steph because you have to guard Jimmy.
Have to guard Jimmy, and if you don't, he's going to beat you. You know what the thing I noticed in those 2 games? He's been to the line 8 combined. Hold on, I wrote it down.
Yesterday was 12 for 19 or
There we go.
30.
He's been to the line combined 28 times in 2 games.
In 2 games.
They needed that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by slowed it down. They
They
needed that stuff.
They didn't
So
have
you don't got Steph doing these goddamn behind the back passes, turning the ball over and over again. That's another thing. Jimmy Butler only has 1 turnover in these 2 games.
Yeah.
Now, again, we'll see how it plays out.
Well, I mean,
how it goes. But I
told
told you.
Him for Wiggins, that was a good move from the Warriors part. I will say
For
that.
sure. That's another thing.
Him.
They didn't give up anybody for him.
No, they gave position for position. Plus, they gave up slow-mo and
Schroeder.
And Schroeder, yeah. I mean, that was
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he
exactly.
Said his answer's out the door. Y'all about to leave here, son.
We'll show you slavery. Go sit in Utah.
We're going to show you going to Utah, right? You going to Utah.
Then tell me about slavery.
But yeah, I will agree with you. I was wrong about that one. I watched the game last night, even though Giannis was out against Milwaukee. Just seeing Steph now, a little more bouncing than Steph, knowing that, people can't double team him.
I'm saying you can't triple team me.
Yeah. I like that move for them. I know they beg, borrowed, and steal. Mike Dunleavy, he's a trash GM. You don't go putting that.
That was a good move.
It was a desperation move. And then they paid him like $60 million.
I give him this though. It was a desperation move, but it seems like that was the plan from the beginning. The only reason I say that is because the plan was probably, I think it became KD once Phoenix started calling. I think it became KD, but they were always going to make a move like that. They just didn't want to mortgage the future, which they did not.
See, I would have found a way to get rid of Kuminga. That's just me. I think.
Well, you have him for another piece now.
I just think Moses Moody is a better fit for them.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think Moses Moody fits better on that team. Kuminga is a better asset than
Agreed.
Moody. Okay.
Because of his upside.
Yeah, and the fact that they managed to keep him, I think probably because he was injured. But yeah, Golden State's first move was KD. KD said no, not this time. They had to pivot to something else. And, luckily they managed to, well, they didn't talk Jimmy Butler into it. They paid Jimmy Butler.
They paid him.
Right. They expended him 2 years, $121 million. Who's going to say no to that?
They said, are you sure?
Yeah. What can we do?
We'll go ahead and reconsider that.
Yeah. So, I mean, hell, who's going to turn that down? At 35?
4, 5?
35, something like that.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I think it's like 5, 35.
Yeah. You got $121 million guaranteed for 2 years. I'm good.
For 2 years. I mean, and if you're the Warriors, you don't hate it because that lines up with Steph.
Yeah,
lines up with Steph.
Yeah. So they both going to come off your books.
At the same time. And then you can do a full reset.
So did you watch the game last night with the
I did. Come on, let's talk about him. Come on, let's talk about him. How you feel? How's it gonna work? All those who watch this afterwards, we're talking about Luka. Go ahead.
Luka Magic. And Magic Johnson said, please don't say that. Please don't say that. No.
What? Don't say what?
Don't say Luka Magic.
Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I know he was a little bit nervous and jittery, and that first game, you trying to defer to the king because that is his team.
For sure. Favorite player of all time.
Yeah, blah blah blah. I just don't like. I like Luka on the Lakers. I don't like LeBron on the Lakers, and I'm not a LeBron hater. I just think that this would have been a time for the Lakers to say, you know what? Let's take this record that we have, which is really good. We're 4th seed.
5th. Yep. Well, now 4th. Yes.
Now 4th. Right. We're the 4th seed in a playoff lineup. Luka's coming back on Monday. Let's pivot away from LeBron. I think they should have traded, even though he has a no trade clause in his contract. I think they should have got rid of him.
I mean, you at least ask.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you send him?
I would have tried to send him to Golden State. I think LeBron on Golden State.
I would have loved that.
Better look than Jimmy Butler on Golden State.
I would have loved LeBron to Golden State.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't like Luka and LeBron on the same team. I just don't.
Well, as far as basketball wise, neither do I,
And
because they're the same player.
here's the other part about that whole trade that kind of pisses me off. They seem to think that just because Luka's on the Lakers, he's going to adapt or adopt LeBron's conditioning
His
habits.
conditioning,
No, he's not.
no, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay. That's not something that you press a button with and say, okay, now that I'm around the king, we're going to work out together. No, he's not.
Right.
He's not. I mean, he
Let's
don't
say
because
he may work out with him. He may pick
he
up
might.
some habits, but he's still gonna drink his beer. He's
Thank
still
you.
gonna smoke his hookah.
Thank you. He's going to be sitting there, he's going to watch him work out and go, damn, you really do work out a lot. I'm going to be over here. Because in his mind, his game is fine.
I'm good. I don't
I'm
need
good. I'm
to.
straight right. I'm
Yeah.
one of the best players in the NBA. So what? I'm fat. So
No, I
what?
mean, shit. If you can get to rookie year, Luca, then I
Thank you.
mean, we're talking. But
Thank you.
I
But he,
agree with you. I don't think
yeah,
just being around LeBron is gonna make him want to improve his conditioning and his
right,
his habits and whatnot. If
right.
he wants to, he wants to. But
That's
LeBron is not going to change that.
something right. That's something you gotta want to do. And
Right.
he hasn't wanted to do it
He
this
doesn't
far.
want to do it. Right. 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 No.
Here's another reason why. Okay, because it's a touchy situation. If they do push him into that, he don't have to be there next year.
No.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He'd be like, you know what?
Damn, you right.
Yeah,
Damn, you right. The
there's
Lakers
nothing
can't
you can
even
say to
say
him.
anything. Yeah, they
No.
can't even say
What
nothing.
are you gonna
Good
tell him?
point.
I need you to do 30 push-ups a game. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
How long is the rest of the season? I'm out.
He's gonna score his 30 with
Yeah,
those 30 push-ups and then take 30 plus another 30 million to leave. Like,
exactly. He's good. He's good. And I still think, and this is just me, um, I think he's fine with playing with LeBron this year, but I don't think he's gonna stay in LA. I just don't. I think look
I
at that.
think he might,
I
because
think he
LeBron don't have that much longer left.
I don't think he wants to be the face of the Lakers. I think he wants it to be his decision, not being traded. That's just my opinion. I think he's going to take this opportunity to go into free agency because the money's not the issue anymore. The same
Right.
amount of money that the Lakers can pay him, anybody can
Right.
pay.
For
Okay.
sure.
So I feel like he's going to take this opportunity and say, you know what? Let me look around. Let me talk to some people.
As he should.
And he should. Right. You
As he
screwed me.
should.
Right. You screwed me. You traded me. I was the face of the franchise. Everybody's saying this is like the weirdest situation in history of the NBA, but y'all did it, and that's
It
fine.
is super
But
weird.
but now I'm going to take control of my situation. I'm not going to let anybody else trade. And bet this, whatever contract he signs next is going to be a no trade clause in it. Everybody's doing
Yeah, you
it.
right about that shit. It's
Everybody.
definitely, I thought about that. It's funny you said that. I thought about that too. We might have to, we might not have to, but the age of the no trade clause is coming back.
Oh, it is.
It's
It is.
definitely going to come back because right now there's only two people in the NBA with a no trade clause:
Bradley
LeBron
Beal and
James and
LeBron
Bradley
James.
Beal.
But
Right. At one point in like the early 2010s, there was a smooth like 20 people
yeah, it was
in
a
the
lot of them.
NBA that
Yeah,
had it.
it was a
Right.
lot of
So now those rookie extensions are going to have no
no
trade
trade clause.
clauses in
Yeah,
it.
they want to be there. But Draymond made a good point about the whole and the same thing what I've been saying why the Mavericks traded him. They don't want to pay that second contract.
Mm-mm.
They don't. Nobody
No,
wants
no, you spend you
yeah,
when you said that when I called you that morning, you said that
yeah.
it made total sense.
Nobody wants to do it.
345 is a lot of money.
He said it, he said just what I said. Watch how many more trades there's going to be
Mm-hmm.
when they reach that second apron.
Nope.
I mean,
345 is a lot to pay somebody
it's a
over
lot of
5
money.
years if they're not LeBron James, if they're not Shea because
Shea
of his
Gilgeous, yeah.
situation, Minnesota because of their situation.
Anthony Edwards, yeah. I tell you what's going to happen after this year too. Since we're talking about the NBA,
Uh-huh.
your boy going to get traded.
Oh, Jaylen Brown?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably. If we don't
Here's the bad thing
repeat,
about it
probably.
though. There's no market for him.
Why you say that?
Come on, Jaylen Brown.
He still
He's
got 2 years.
he's got. Here's the thing though. He doesn't excite anybody.
He don't have to. Neither does Brandon Ingram, but he had a market.
Toronto.
Shit, neither did he had a market. He went to Toronto, but he had a market.
What I'm saying is, with his contract and the 2 years left on his contract, and he's getting paid what, like 60?
No.
It's,
Ain't
yeah,
like
it ain't 40. Because that, what, 2 years ago, he had the richest contract in the NBA, right?
right when he resigned.
Mm-hmm.
I I think it is 40.
Is it?
Let me
So,
see.
so he's 1-1 after next year.
Yes.
Yeah,
5 year 303.
that's 60.
So that's 60. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So averages out to 60. He
yeah,
goes, what are we, 25, 26 next year?
yeah.
53 is his salary. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Jaylen Brown is not an exciting $53 million a year.
50 fuck, excuse my
Yeah.
language, fucking three.
Yeah.
Golly.
And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna hurt him if they win the championship.
That's why you say that.
Because they'll be like, you know what, we good. They're gonna trade him. Watch.
Oh, no, I agree with that. I think they're going to trade him whether they win or not. You know what I mean? I think that's set because
Right.
53 second apron. That's why what's his name? Wick. That's why Wick sold the team to begin with because he don't want to pay that
They
second
want to pay
apron.
that money. Yeah.
Now,
Nobody
nobody want to
pay
pay
that.
that damn money.
And the new owners really don't want to pay that because they didn't
No.
agree on the contract in the first place.
To begin with, they're just
Right.
here to make some money, and they're not gonna make no money paying that not the money they want to make at
That's
least
the money they want to
paying
pay.
that second apron. No, it's just all their proceeds. I mean, not
It's,
proceeds,
it's
excuse
only
me, all
going
their
it's only going to be
profit
the old it's only going to be the old owners like Dolan and
hmm
the Bus family
and
and
the
Ballmer
Buford
Ballmer
and
Ballmer
Buford.
paid, yeah, in Buford, but Ballmer paid because he has to keep up with the Lakers. But these new cats, man, they ain't spending that kind of no $360 million, $80 million for a basketball player. Fuck that. They'll wait for the CBA to expire, have a lockout.
And tone them hoes
Start
back
all
down
over again. Right.
as they should. Tone
Man,
that
that's
back down.
ridiculous.
If you, real quick side note, I know this wasn't on the to-do list, but if you are the NBA Players Association or any players associations for that matter, what do you think the most important thing in negotiation should be? Because it
Retirement,
always seems like it's money.
retirement, medical
Retire. Thank you.
medical
Thank you.
benefits after retirement, in my
Yes.
opinion.
In my opinion,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Fully agree.
Because Warren
Medical
Sapp, I
benefits
saw an article with Warren Sapp, and he said after 5 years, all his medical insurance was gone.
gone.
He said he made the Hall of Fame, but he didn't have health care.
No, gone.
Yeah,
All that shit's gone.
yeah, it's gone. So I think, but then again, you're making that kind of money, you should have your own health care. I mean, let's just be clear. You make $80 million.
True.
Blue Cross Blue Shield should not be a problem for you.
True. Fair.
Just saying.
I
You better make your
agree.
premium, okay?
I
All
agree.
right, let's just be
But
clear.
at the same time, man, like I think we run into a problem when you start demanding more money, like the problem we're running into now in the
You price yourself out.
NBA.
Price
Yes, you
yourself
start
out.
pricing yourself out.
Price yourself
And
out.
you're not only pricing out people like you and I, the common fan, you're now pricing out ownership.
But that's the thing. Me as a common fan, the only sport I can see that I would be justified going to see where a player's making like 40 and 50, I'm sorry, it's football. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because football is the most competitive sport we have. And I'm gonna tell you why.
It's
They don't take
finite.
they don't take days off.
Yeah, it's
It-
finite.
it- right. They don't take days off. I mean, football players, they play. They don't
Mhm.
have a Kawhi Leonard in football.
There is no Kawhi Leonard in
Thank you.
football.
These kids are hungry. They want
Hell,
that.
what
They
is
chase that
load
money.
management in
Thank you. They
football?
don't do that. The only time you see that is at the end of at game 17.
Yeah, it's game 17.
That's it.
hmm
That's it. Other than that, man, football players play. You know, when you turn on that TV on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, they playing.
Yep, I'll
They
do you
playing.
one. I saw, what was it? One of my coworkers was asking me about a parlay. And he said, I think I saw Patrick Mahomes on the injury report. And I said, nigga, the only thing that's stopping Patrick Mahomes from playing is a bullet wound.
Bullet. Thank you.
Okay. And I
Thank you.
mean a bullet wound that puts him out. Not one he can survive, because if he survive, he's coming out that bitch. There's nothing that can stop these people from playing. Football is finite.
Every day, underdog posts who's not playing in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always somebody that I fucking pick. You got to wait till 5 o'clock to make your picks on the NBA because you don't know who's not playing.
Okay, here we go. Here's a question, because I agree with you. Football will always be king because of the urgency that football creates.
Right.
I think with 17, even if you up it to an 18-game season, with
Sure.
18 games in a season, it's only 18 games in a season. You don't add two bye weeks. So 16 games in a season. That's 4 months that you got to watch, combine and connect with your favorite team. And those games every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday matter.
Right.
They matter. There are no random Tuesday nights against Charlotte on League Pass, quoting Jason Tatum. There are no random nights like that in football. So if you are the NBA, do you shorten the season?
You absolutely shorten the season. There's two things they need to change. Get rid of that stupid midseason cup. I think it's dumb because nobody even understands how it works. I don't. It's been 2 years. I've yet to figure out how it works. What's
it's
cup
so simple.
Game day? Right. I mean, what's cup game day? You only know because the floors are different.
Because the floors are different.
That's it. Oh, it's a cup game. Okay, fine. Other than that, you have no clue what is a cup game. Then you make it matter by giving them a fucking cup. Oh, like you won the championship, the midseason championship. Really? Who cares?
I don't hate it. I like it.
I mean, nobody cares. I think they should shorten the season down to like 68 games. I think they should have a longer playoff because that's where they make their money at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they should have a better All-Star game. Their All-Star game is below the Pro Bowl now.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It is the worst All-Star game.
And if you do the All-Star game, put it right after the season, in between season and playoffs.
I think they should bring in G League players in the slam dunk contest.
Well, for the dunk contest, yeah.
I think they should bring them in for the skill championship. You bring it in the WNBA, so why can't you bring in the G League?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You bring a dude off the street that somebody said, "Yo, this guy's the best dunk I ever seen." Bring him in
and bring him in.
Let him compete.
Hell, you can honestly bring social media dunkers if you wanted to.
Thank you. Let them compete. That's more than what they got now. And I get it. You don't want to get hurt. You got a big contract. You don't want to get hurt in the dunk contest. I get it. But they need to take it out completely. Mm-hmm. The 2-point shooting contest is the best thing in an All-Star game. Hands down.
That's fair. Now, Adam Silver has definitely got some work to do if he wants to change his league. Because me as you know me, I love the NBA. That's my thing. It is dying as much as I don't want to say dying because it's not going anywhere, but it's not what it used to be for sure. I miss I don't feel the pressure of the playoffs anymore. Like I'm not watching TV and I'm not getting hyped for the next matchups and shit anymore like it used to be. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the culture of the NBA now. We're in highlight culture, number one. Right. We're in highlight culture. So we're not learning basketball anymore. We're just learning how to score. Right.
And shoot threes.
Right. And shoot a lot of threes. That's another thing. And hell, you coached me when I was a kid. What was my thing? Let them hoes fly. Let them things fly. As I teach my son now, let them hoes fly.
Suckers, baby. Yeah, shoot them.
But there is a point, you know what I mean? Like there is a point where there's too much.
And the pick and roll, that's all they do is pick and roll.
What happened? I miss watching different types of NBA teams play. I miss watching pick and roll heavy Spurs versus the triangle offense of the Lakers. Just
I
miss that stuff. Yes, I miss that stuff.
You have one dominant center in the whole NBA.
All right, what would you classify as dominant?
A guy who controls the game, a guy who when you have to plan for him, and that's the Joker.
All right, I give him 2 then. The only reason we don't say 2 is because the other one's always hurt.
Who?
Joel Embiid.
Oh shit, for that ball, Joel.
Yeah, I say and you know me, I ain't even a Joel Embiid fan, but he is a dominating center. He's just not on the floor enough.
Yeah, we think about AD getting hurt.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought that back up. I'm glad you brought that back up, man. Let me tell you, Anthony Davis gave Dallas he gave it all. He gave
He
it
did. That first half. That first half was
he scored 5 in a
crazy.
row, right? He gave him 5 buckets in a row, gave you 26.
Yeah.
He hit 2 threes,
Yeah.
16 rebounds,
16
3
rebounds.
blocks.
First
Half. Hurt in
Could
31
you imagine
minutes.
what his numbers would have looked if he finished that whole game?
He'd have finished with a 30 ball for sure.
It'd have been insane. Yeah.
He'd have finished with a 30 ball. Hurt in the first half with a non-contact injury. Man, I was like, God damn it.
Out for a couple of months.
I felt so bad. I'm with you. I felt so bad for that man.
Yeah. And here come the unbreakable memes all over the internet.
Yeah, here it comes.
All over
Here it comes. I just hope he comes back, in time to make enough of a dent in the playoffs just to do something. I just
the underlying thing about the whole Luka AD trade that people are not talking about?
What?
Dallas know they made a mistake. I'm gonna tell you why Dallas realized they made a mistake. They started giving season ticket holders their money back.
Yes, they did.
Why would you do that if you were confident that this was going to work?
Well, because honestly, confidence or not, people paid to see Luka play. Whether you think it's going to go well or not, people paid to see Luka play. And not even made a mistake, whether you made a mistake or not. You did something fucked up because you did it in the middle of the night.
Thank you.
You did it while everybody was asleep, so nobody can say
anything. The rent wasn't
anything.
paid and the landlord was knocking on the door.
Exactly.
Right?
And you try to disappear and do that shit on the sly. Yeah, you try to do that shit on the sly. Hell, I had to wipe the boogers out my eye, and I had to read it 3 times.
I'm like, is this shit real?
Is it real? I thought it was a rumor.
Yeah. And when I looked at ESPN, it wasn't on ESPN yet. It just popped up on my phone. I'm like, so it can't be true because ESPN is not reporting it.
Right.
Next thing you know, it became the topic of the whole day.
It's coming. Right when I called, because I called you at 6:30 in the morning, Dad.
Yeah.
6:30 in the morning.
Did you see that?
I feel bad for AD, to answer your question. He gave it. He gave the fans the entire.
I was cheering for him too because I think Dallas won the trade,
especially for right now.
Yeah, in the short term, I think they won the trade. But then he got hurt, and you're looking at it like, well, who hit him? The dude was backing up, and he just fell down.
And he just I said, God damn it.
Damn, dude.
Let's just hope he comes back for the playoffs, because as long as they can stay for the playoffs, he'll be fine. It's basketball. They'll make it.
They lost Derek Lively too last night.
I think they'll make it. They'll be fine.
All right, because Golden State is creeping up right behind them.
True.
Yeah.
I forgot Golden State was out.
Yeah, they were out. They're gonna creep up right behind them.
Let me look at the standings real quick. I'm glad I keep ESPN open. I'm glad I keep this shit on standby now. Okay, here we go. Standings. So right now we've got the Golden State's in number 10.
Yeah.
Okay, and Dallas is number 8.
And Phoenix
is number 11.
Right.
Yeah, number 11.
How many games separate the three of them? Like 2, right? Golden State is 27 and 26 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, games behind. Here we go, games behind. 16, 17, 16 and a half, and 16. So, yeah, there's only a game that separates them. Between Phoenix and Dallas is a game. 17 to 16.
Yeah, so again.
Yeah, so it's bunched up. Yeah, it's about to be a fight for sure. It's about to be a fight. The crazy thing about it is, though, Golden State and Memphis, number 2, are only separated by 8 games.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of games.
It is a lot for the back half of the season, but we also haven't hit the All-Star game yet.
And plus, it's not really the backside of that. They don't win over 41 games. Everybody's in their 50s now, right?
Yeah, no. Well, you're right. Back fourth of the season.
Right.
Damn, the playoffs do start in like 2 months.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Damn, they've only lost 9 games all year.
Cleveland only lost 10.
Then Cleveland's only lost 10.
Yeah.
Too bad they can't beat us.
I like Cleveland, man. I think Cleveland's going to be a problem for y'all in a series.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I think Spider, Darius Garland is a little bit unpredictable. They got Evan Mobley. They traded Karis LeVert, which I was really surprised about.
Because they needed the defense on the wing. Think about it. Your wing defenders are Darius Garland. I forgot who their 3 was, but Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
But you lost offense off the bench. You lost your
That's
6 man.
fine. That's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
I'm not
That's
saying it's replaceable, or it is replaceable. I'm not saying it's easily replaceable.
right.
But when you are who they got to play, who they got to beat,
They got to beat the Celtics.
they got to beat Boston Celtics. So you got to find somebody for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, you ain't got nobody for that.
And it's not Karis LeVert, and it's
right.
not Donovan Mitchell, and it's not
So
Darius
who's the
Garland.
offense off the bench? But then it
You
doesn't
figure
matter.
that part. I say you
Well, it
figure
doesn't
that
matter
part
for
out
us.
for the
You want
playoffs.
to you want to
Exactly.
show the rotation.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're 7 guys
You
anyway.
figure that part out for the playoffs. You run a 7-man rotation anyways. You really just need it to not fall, production to fall off a cliff when Donovan Mitchell goes to the bench.
So who's your sleeper in the NBA right now? Who's the team that you think is like, you know what, they could actually win the championship?
They could win the championship?
In the championship. I'm gonna tell you who mine is.
Who you got while I look through this list of people?
Nuggets. I like the Nuggets.
You like the Nuggets?
I like the Nuggets, yes. You know
I
why
also like the Nuggets, but I'm gonna have to pick a
Porter
different
has
answer.
been
Go ahead.
playing. Michael Porter has been playing lights out the last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. He's found his groove.
Right after the trade deadline, you know he's there.
Yeah, he's woke up. He's found his groove.
He's woken up. Jamal Murray's a little on the up and down side. Christian Braun is really good for that team. Joker's Joker. I mean, fuck,
and
man.
Russ is Russ. Russ is still being Russ, baby. Yes.
Come on, man.
Russ is still being
Clippers.
Russ.
Don't sleep on the Clippers. Don't sleep on the Clippers. Norman Powell at the 2 has been a surprise for me.
They have been oddly surprising.
Yeah. James Harden's been quietly killing people. Kawhi, he's in and out.
He's back. He's playing.
Then you got Zubac. They traded Terrence Mann, though.
They traded Terrence Mann. Yeah. Nah, it's fair.
Yeah.
I see why.
He wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, he just wasn't there. He just wasn't in the rotation. And he was in, but he just wasn't a part of the rotation anymore.
They got a
Plus,
nice
if you're Atlanta, you needed the wing defense. But
they got a nice team. And hands up or shout out or big ups, old man's comment. Big ups to Steve Ballmer for not paying Paul George what he wanted. He sucks.
Paul George?
Paul George is trash, man.
You think Philly is Paul George's fault?
I think Philly is Philly's fault.
There you go. There you go.
I don't think they needed Paul George. Yeah, I don't think they needed him.
That's there you go. But we said that when he got signed.
Big threes are played out.
Agreed.
Okay? There was no reason for you to go that route anymore. Nobody's doing it. Unless it's homegrown, unless it's a rookie who becomes a star, like with Denver. Okay, they got a nice big 3, but Michael Porter was drafted. Jamal Murray was drafted. Joker was drafted. The only person on that lineup that was traded for was Aaron Gordon. He was a free agent. They signed him. That's it. Everybody there is people that they drafted. You don't do the big 3 by signing a free agent anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, especially that aging free agent.
No, I agree with you. Definitely played out.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I was watching 520 today, and Jeff Teague said the same thing. I don't like watching Philly play. They're boring.
They're boring. Yeah.
They're boring.
They are boring. You know what I would have done, though? If you're Philly, if you're going to sign Paul George, get rid of Joel Embiid.
Get rid of Joel Embiid, right.
That's what I would have done. But again, we was talking about that over the summer when this all popped off. If you're going to sign Paul George, one of them, Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid, got to go, and you're not getting rid of Tyrese Maxey. So Joel Embiid got to go.
Especially in a division where before Cat got traded there was no real big threat at center that they couldn't get by. Okay. Now, once Cat came there, okay, fine. But
even still, it's Cat. He ain't no bruiser down there. You know what I mean?
This is the other thing about Joel Embiid. You don't publicly come out and say, I'm not playing back-to-back. You don't publicly come out and say, I need surgery at the end of the season. Now, you're tainted material. They can't even trade him right now.
He's a baby. He's a whiner. He is. We talk about this like he's a baby. He's a spoiled. Thank you. He is spoiled.
He's spoiled. And they spoiled
rotten.
And now they can't get rid of him.
Here, my sleeper pick for you would have to be. Actually, you know what? I think you'll like my answer. The Knicks.
Thank you.
You know who I don't fear Cleveland at all. But you know who I do fear? I fear the Knicks. As a Celtic fan, I legit fear the Knicks on some real shit because of Cat, OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson. You got OG Anunoby for your wing players, what I was saying. You got their head of the snake, Jalen Brunson, who can go get you 40 at any given night. And the other advantage that we normally do have, the fact that we got that floor spacing big man, KP and Al Horford, guess what? Y'all got one too.
You know what's going to hurt the Knicks?
What?
Too many minutes. They don't have
You think so?
Yep.
I don't think that matters in the playoffs.
It hurt them in the stretch a couple of weeks ago where they wasn't winning. They were tired. Look, Cat had a fall off in the last couple of minutes. He hasn't been Cat in the last couple of games. He scored like 9 points on the last game. His rebounding is down. He's tired.
He's also hurt.
He's tired.
Yeah, he's got. I think he had because he almost didn't play against.
Because they're still waiting for Mitch Robinson to come back.
Yeah.
Mitch who? Yeah.
Mitch who? Yeah, exactly. Man had the damn audacity to be upset this summer when they traded for Karl Anthony Towns because he's supposed to be the longest tenured Knick. Nobody cares.
Nobody can trade. They can't trade you. That's why
I'm saying, who the hell are you?
They can't give you away, right?
They can't
give you away. Shit. He was probably included in the deal, and Minnesota was like, nah.
They said if we take Mitchell Robinson, y'all have to take Rudy Gobert too.
Right, y'all got to take Rudy. We'll take Mitchell.
And they said, okay, all right, scratch it.
Just take Julius Randle. How about we throw in DiVincenzo instead? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
I would give it to the Knicks though. I hear you on the too many minutes thing though, but I like their team.
I mean, their bench is Campaign and McBride. That's it.
You know who I would like to see you guys get for the bench, even though it won't happen? Who's that kid off of Brooklyn? Cam
Johnson?
Yeah, Cam Johnson.
Cameron Johnson?
Instant offense.
Yeah, but he's a starter. We have enough starters.
I don't need him for starters. No. He's a starter in Brooklyn where they don't have a team. On a team that can contend, he is a 6-man.
Oh, okay.
He's Jamal Crawford. Instant offense.
I like Jamal Crawford. Yeah.
Yes. Give him the ball and here, Nick, go score.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Poole. Here, go score.
Mr. 45. He dropped 45 the other night. Yeah.
Oh, now that he's woken back up, man.
Yeah. I did like Kuzma getting traded though to Milwaukee. I like that.
I finally watched him play against that Golden State game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see him out there.
I would have liked to see him on Golden State.
I wouldn't mind seeing him, but Golden State needed another body.
They needed a star.
Yeah, they needed a star.
They could have worked out a way to get Kuzma and Jimmy Butler.
And Jimmy?
Yeah, because Kuzma can start your offense. He rebounds. He can he get his own basket. He plays a little bit of defense. So yeah,
I think he is also a great 6-man.
He is a good 6. Right, he can play bench or he can start. So, but yeah. I knew they was going to trade him though.
The Wizards are. I don't know why they signed him to begin with, but I mean, it makes sense because they only had him on there for a trading block to begin with. They just held on to him.
And I knew Milwaukee was going to get rid of Middleton. The minute he went to the bench, it was
that's a tough one.
All right, what we got?
Who do you think is going to make the biggest impact? Oh yeah, you said okay. You said De'Aaron Fox, and I said Jimmy. All right, well, now we can wrap it up here.
All right, what you got?
Well, here we are. Thank you for joining us as a number 1. We can wrap it up for this last one. Papa was a Rolling Stone. And by that, I mean, as you know, do.
Oh, he left. He wasn't alone. Sorry.
As you know, we got a whole lot of the older quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yes, free agent quarterbacks that are who are I don't think there's only one that's officially a free agent, and it's Russell Wilson, but the other two are approaching Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins.
You can call Aaron Rodgers. You can call Aaron Rodgers a free agent. When you
for the most part.
Right, when you fly out to New York and they tell you to your face, we're not using you anymore. You're a free agent.
And just turn that flight back around.
Yeah, buddy. I really hope they paid for his gas. He came all the way from the West. I'm like, you could have told me that shit on the Zoom call. I could have stayed in my flip-flops on Malibu.
Y'all could have just called me. Shit. Y'all had me come to work to tell me I was getting fired.
I thought this was good news.
I'm weak. So with the 3 of them now I guess approaching towards the end of their career, where do what do you see for the 3 of them? Let's start with Aaron Rodgers. Should he stay or be retired?
I think he's going to play another year. I saw this on one of these YouTube shows. I have to agree with him. I'm the Titans. I'm taking one of those quarterbacks. I'm trading down. Okay, I'm getting out of the number one pick, first of all. And I would go somewhere around where I could get Abdul Carter. Okay. I would
Pass
mess with
rusher, right?
yeah, I would mess with the Jets on this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would trade down. I would tell the Jets just needs a quarterback. And they're fine
Mm-hmm.
with getting a young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my first call. What are you going to give me for the number one? Okay. I start with the Jets and I would start with Vegas. Okay, those would be
Mm-hmm.
the two, those would be the two first calls that I make if I'm Tennessee. Or they call me. Okay.
Right.
Because I'm not trading
Vegas. When I tell you, hella high water, Shador to
but I'm not
Vegas. Go
trading out
ahead.
of the top 10. That's
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 fair.
not happening. Okay. So anything below 7, I'm not interested in. Okay.
Okay.
Even if I can
Okay.
get up to Carter, I can work with that 7th
Who's
pick.
7?
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I think the Jets are under Vegas. I think they're 8th.
Would you take the Jets pick?
I would take the Jets. That would be my cutoff. Wherever the Jets are
Let's
would
look
be
at
my
the
cutoff.
let's look at the
Okay.
draft. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on the list. Where we at? Where we at? NFL draft. NFL draft. Here we go. All right. The list goes Tennessee,
Right.
Cleveland, New
Giants.
York,
Yep. New England.
New England,
Yep.
Jaguars,
Yep.
Vegas at 6,
6. And the Jets are.
and the Jets at 7.
Okay, that's where I
There you
stop
go.
at. Okay.
That's where you stop at 7.
These are the teams I'm calling. I'm calling the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling Vegas, and I'm calling the
Okay.
Jets. And I would make your best offer. Make your best offer. If the Giants move up, if the Giants say I'll give you a 1 and a 1 next year and a 2 this year, that's my thing. You know why? You know who I'm picking at number 3? Travis Hunter. Yeah. I would sign Aaron Rodgers just as my stopgap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson as my
Hell,
stopgap.
honestly, you might be bad enough based on the way this year went for the Jets. You might be bad enough to go draft again and go get Arch.
I think the Jets are ready now. I think Aaron Glenn is like, well, if I can get one of them, if they make a proposal and it doesn't work,
I mean, if you're the Titans, if you're the
Right.
Titans,
Right.
yeah, if you're the Titans,
Right.
you could stick with your plan, draft Travis at 3, take
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. Maybe y'all suck again. Go get another quarterback
And
next
that's
year.
fine, right? I'm fine
Right.
with it again. It doesn't make a difference. That's my plan. But I got Travis Hunter on my team now, and I can work with that. If I'm Tennessee.
We can work with that.
Okay. Now, if I'm the Giants, who also need a quarterback, I don't see any of those 3 going to the Giants. I'm in rebuild mode. I'm not even gonna mess with that.
They're
Vegas,
number 3 too.
Vegas, though.
Okay.
Vegas needs a quarterback. Can Cousins go to Vegas? He's not sexy enough to go to Vegas. Matter of fact, none of them are.
I'll take Aaron Rodgers just for the name.
He's not.
But that's it.
Yeah, Tom Brady's there. He's not playing in Vegas. That's not happening.
Solid. Good point.
Yeah, that's not happening. And they want to go young. I don't. Cleveland could take one of them and do the same thing. Trade down. They're not ready to win, even with a quarterback.
No. Ooh, you don't think so?
No, I don't.
I think they got pieces in place if you're Cleveland. I think they got pieces in place.
For a rookie quarterback?
For sure.
I think a vet works better with them. I think
Kirk Cousins?
Cousins works better with Cleveland, yeah. If you can get him for $10 million, why not? Then you pay in a position, what, 65? Because what is Deshaun, 55? Guaranteed?
They're about to restructure his, so yeah.
I mean, they're still going to give him his money, but I'm just saying. I mean, his cap hit.
No, they're just going to spread it out.
His cap hit will be 10 years down the line. They'll still be on books, right? So it makes no difference, right?
But yeah, they're going to spread his shit all.
But we know he's not playing next year. So yeah, if you want to win, you get a serviceable veteran like Kirk Cousins. You plug him in there. You trade that number 2 pick. I would wait to see what Tennessee does. And if the Giants don't get that pick, then I would see the Giants want to move up and go for Abdul Carter. If Cleveland gets Abdul Carter, they could trade Myles Garrett for number 1.
They could.
Okay, and that would reset their salary cap.
Pass rusher.
Yeah. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm in the bird's eye seat for that.
I actually like that, to be honest. I'm a little sketchy on your Tennessee idea.
Tennessee thing?
But I'm more only because don't know if any of them would want to go to Tennessee. You know what I mean? I don't think they're anywhere near competitive
And
enough.
nowhere near, yeah.
Right, nowhere
Can't even name a
near.
receiver.
So if you're a Tennessee, maybe you still trade down for assets. But if you're one of those three quarterbacks, you don't go to Tennessee. Cleveland, I can't believe I said that. Cleveland, though, might
They look a
might
lot
not
better, right?
be Kirk Cousins to Cleveland.
Why not, right?
I'm liking that.
See, I
He
feel
could be Joe Flacco. Why can't he be Joe Flacco?
the NFL should have free agency before the draft.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Because then you know what you can draft. If I know for a fact that I can get Kirk Cousins as a free agent, I'm not drafting a
I'm
quarterback.
not drafting a quarterback. Good
I'm
point.
trading down. Right. I'm trading down because I already have my quarterback now. And it strengthens my team. They wait until after the drafts. I mean, if you draft a quarterback, you ain't signing you ain't signing Kirk Cousins. Why would I do that? Now, if I knew I could get him through backdoor channels, yeah, then I would do
Right.
that.
Yeah, if
I
I
would,
knew I could get him for sure,
yeah, then I
which
would do
I'm sure a lot of them do.
they
I'm
know.
sure they'd be having these damn
They know.
conversations.
Yeah.
I do like that though. Kirk Cousins to the Browns. I like that. If I'm Kirk, why can't I be Joe Flacco? Joe
Why can't
Flacco did, yeah. Why can't
I?
I be
And
Shay?
him and
He could
Stefanski
do
got a
that.
good relationship.
Exactly. They got a running game. They got a receiver. Their defense is
Yes.
okay. And I'm
Yes.
gonna call Miles. Stay, please.
I don't think that's his choice. And
It's
again,
not. I'm
if
still gonna call him though.
if I'm Cleveland, I can get a number one for him and get out of that
If you
contract
can and
if
get
I
Abdul
can.
Carter, then go for it.
Right,
I'm with you. Then go for it for sure.
right,
Reset that timeline, reset that market. You don't got to
exactly.
pay him
And that
for another
position.
4 years.
Right,
I'm with that. Yeah, I'm
right.
cool with that. But if you can't find a replacement for him, then keep him.
You
Then
can
keep
replace
him.
by committee. You don't need one big pass rush. Okay, how about this? Off topic. You
Mhm.
heard the rumor about the Cowboys thing, had internal discussions about trading Michael Parsons, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
What do you think I think about that?
I say get rid of him.
I say well, this is the same thing we've been talking about all summer.
If you
Remember,
can
we were
get a
talking
number
about
one,
CD, Dak, and Micah.
yeah,
Who's the
you
one I
can't
said
pay
a
him all.
trade? Micah.
Micah, yeah.
And I don't even like Dak. But Mike,
he was
but
in New Orleans too. He's at the casino.
exactly, I don't even think I like
Yeah.
Dak. But Micah A has the most value, and B talk too damn much.
He talked too much. Too
Talk
much.
too damn much. He
Too
gotta
much.
go.
Yeah, I would definitely open up the channel and see what I can get for him. If you can get, I would definitely want a number one. He's definitely worth a number one.
You think he's number one worthy?
Yeah,
I'll take number one or a high number two. Only reason I say a high number two is because I think the people who would want him are contenders and they have lower to upper high. I'll take a high number two.
I'll tell you who he would fit with, but they too cheap. The bank,
The Bengals.
the Bengals.
Yeah.
He would
Him and
look
Trey
good.
Hendrickson would
Yeah.
go
Oh my goodness. Oh
crazy.
my goodness. Yeah, but they too cheap for that. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
they
yeah.
stand you. They stand you.
I'll tell you where I would like to see him go. You know where I really like to see uh um what's his name? Jesus, Michael Parsons go?
Where
The Raiders.
yeah, he looked good on the Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sexy enough. And that black and silver where he can go and talk and be in Vegas and shit. That shit
If,
fits perfectly to me.
if the Cowboys were the Commanders would be a good pick, but the Cowboys ain't doing that.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
You ain't facing them 2 times a year.
Nah.
No.
That's why send his ass to the AFC.
Yeah, definitely. San Diego. Chargers.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I like the Bengals, man. I like the Bengals idea. Granted, I'm a Joe Burrow fan, but we can have our conversation.
But again, they cheap.
Yeah, we can have a conversation in the summer for
They
sure. Russell Wilson.
Who cares? I think
He's the
Russell.
last one. He don't know when you talk about yet.
He's washed, man. He's
So is
washed.
Aaron, but we talked about Aaron, so we got to talk about Russell.
If we must. Vegas as a stopgap.
Vegas
As a
as a
stopgap.
stopgap. Agreed.
Yeah.
If they don't get their quarterback to drive, probably Vegas.
Yeah. Maybe back to Pittsburgh.
Nah, if you're Pittsburgh, why?
Get some fucking receivers for God's
Yeah,
sake. Pittsburgh has no
why?
receiver. Jesus Christ.
I would
Draft a
not. Yeah.
receiver for God's sakes.
Where's Pittsburgh drive? Pittsburgh drives Tony
They
21.
They made the
Yeah,
they made
21.
the playoffs. They way down there. Yeah, Russ.
That's what I would. Yeah, Russ. Yeah, for sure. Probably Vegas. Or what about the Jets? How you feel about that?
No, I'm Jets.
If they don't draft a quarterback.
I'm in total rebuild mode with the Jets. Sorry, I can get a quarterback. If I can't get a quarterback from the Jets, then I go Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, that's fair. I'll go Kirk instead.
I want a passer. I don't want a runner.
Agreed.
Or a thinker.
Agreed. An old runner.
Right. Or a thinker. I want a fool back there who's just going to chuck the fucking ball. Kirk
That's
Cousins.
fair. No, that's fair. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
At least Kirk's an upgrade from Aaron Rodgers.
He is an upgrade for Aaron Rodgers, even based on the way they played last year.
Right.
And they both had the same damn injury. So
thank you. So, but yeah.
All right.
Wrapping it up. We beat the 40
that won't
mark.
be it.
How about Zoom? You didn't get us this time.
Here we are. Let's go. That will be that is us wrapping up episode 2 of Agree to Disagree, ATD. Posting every Saturday at 12. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Turn on your post notifications. Critique, let us know. Shit, talk to us in the comments. Let us know all your comments. We are hella curious and we talk back. We like to talk shit. That's what we do.
So we do.
Like I said, posting every Saturday at noon. Think of us as your Saturday cartoons for
there
sports.
You go. I like that. Yeah.
Think of us like that. Come see us every Saturday, you guys. Type shit. Exactly. Eventually, when the football season comes back, we gotta start doing our parlays again and put it up for the channel.
Good luck with that. I like that. I like that idea. Yeah.
And put them back up for the channel. We can keep track of. We can keep track of our parlays.
See who wins. Yeah.
And see who wins for sure.
I'll really be the brain.
Yeah, because my parlays this year was shit. I ain't hit nothing. Otherwise, again, thank you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Come see us again next week. Otherwise, later.
Later.
Love you, Dad.
All right, peace.